Um, but yes.
Okay. I think... Is it working? Yeah, okay, we're good.
All right. Um, so the last we left off, you were going down for a little nappy, correct?
Yeah, I slept in the, I think I said that I was sleeping in the fucking temple area. I don't know if
Yes.
there's an actual name for it, but...
So you went up to the temple that I still don't have on Roll20 because I deleted all of the map pieces.
That gets fixed later.
Okay, anyways, so yes, you went to your temple, and you were praying to your goddess, among the other gods and goddesses of the pantheon, and you slowly drifted off to sleep, and you woke up in this really like pristine room around you. You're in a lavish bed, and lots of like white, pure marble everywhere.
That's a little surprising. Is like the floor, ceiling, and walls all made of marble?
It yes, but there's a very big rug on the floor. There's very intricate carvings within the marble everywhere. Your bed is made of some sort of like really nicely carved and polished wood, with like very deep purple sheets, and comforter.
Okay, and one other question. This is not the same type of architecture that I would have seen in the floaty city, right?
No,
Okay.
the floaty city was definitely like,
That was like wood houses and shit, right?
yeah. So the floaty city was specifically the so you were basically in the floaty city you were in was basically like the temple that was brought up, but the temple was more like a monastery of sorts, so that it was
Yeah,
both the temple and
and
where
the
people
living
lived, etc.
for the people there. But like no
That
other buildings got taken with it?
it was just the temple
Okay.
and monastery part. And so this reminds you a little bit of it, but it's done way beyond anything you would have seen at the
Yeah,
city.
I figured that a monastery would not exactly be the place for exorbitant displays of wealth or anything.
That certainly not in its bedrooms. No.
Alright, well that's definitely... Hugh feels confused, but not exactly concerned in any way, because I'm assuming there's no immediate indications that this is like an illusion or a dream or anything, so...
I mean, you woke up there.
Yeah, I mean,
there,
waking
it
up in
it
a weird
feels
place...
quite real. This is like a very this one that I'm sending right now is a very accurate feel.
Oh, okay, I like it. Um, shit, what was the other thing I was gonna ask? I don't know. But yeah, I guess seeing as she just woke up in a similar, not similar, and another weird place like 2 days ago, she's kind of like, oh, well, I guess this is a normal thing now. And she's in the bed, you said?
Yeah, like she's waking up in the morning. I just think. Sorry, Annika just texted me. She goes, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't look at the Discord, but I gotta say, love the name of the YouTube video. I forgot that she's uploading her recording right now. So she saw it. I was like, oh, don't look at who's having a mini session next, because I'm kind of an asshole like that. So, anyways, yes. So you were waking up in this bed like you slept there
Oh,
originally in the first place.
fantastic. She's
Hold on,
all
I'm
like, oh,
eating more
dude.
cookie dough.
Totally understandable. She's all like, oh, dude, sick of
I'm gonna
you.
get salmon.
Should have brought a snack. Psych, I have goldfish.
But yeah, you wake up, this bed feels like it's the softest thing you've ever slept on in your entire life.
Is it silk?
More than that. It feels like cloud silk,
Okay.
if that could even exist.
How big is the room that I'm in? She's gonna like sit up on the bed but not actually get out from under the covers because she likes the covers.
It is quite huge.
But it's just a bedroom, right?
It's just a bedroom, but it's very well 3 times the size of the temple you had fallen asleep in.
That's concerningly large. Okay. Is this the kind of bedroom that, like, you know, has the big bed in the center and then also, like, multiple wardrobes and a bunch of, like, mini coffee tables with couches around them everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was imagining.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no one sitting at any of them?
No. It's just an empty room right now.
That's really weird. Okay. As she's getting up out of bed, is one of the, blankets, like, light or small enough that she can bring it with her wrapped around herself?
Not the ones on the bed, but there is one on one of the like seating that looks like it's a throw blanket.
Oh, she will definitely run over and grab one of those.
It is also very soft.
Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah. She wraps herself in it. Even though am I still wearing the same clothes, actually?
You look down and you seem to be wearing just like very nice pajamas.
Oh, where's my fucking... I don't know exactly what word to describe it. I guess monastery outfit. I'm gonna check the wardrobes. Are any of the clothes mine in there?
No, there are all these very luxurious dresses and all of the accessories that come with them.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm talking huge ball gowns, the whole shebang.
I'm guessing that I have never seen anything like that before, because that's not exactly something that would have been in a monastery or around that city. So that's a little weird. I don't know why anyone would need a dress that big, but I'm kind of upset that my clothes are in here. Not upset. Kind of confused, I guess. I wouldn't say sad. I guess one other thing, check the tables around. Is there anything on the tables?
No, they seem to be all completely bare right now. Almost as if it was just like perfectly clean.
Yeah,
Cleaned.
that's weird. I'm gonna be walking towards the... Is there only one door out of here? I was guessing.
There's a smaller set of doors that you can assume lead to some sort of bathroom, but there is a huge set of doors. And as you approach, you hear a knock on it.
Okay. I will note that I'm gonna try and walk very lightly because not to be quiet, so I'm not like trying to stealth or anything, but almost concerned about messing up the cleanliness of the room. Knock on the door, freeze in place for a second. Can I pick out how heavy was the knock?
It was just like that was a bad representation because it's a mic, it's going to cut it out. But it was quite light and there were like 3 taps in a row.
I don't know why I'm listening because I don't know anybody to judge them based on their knock, but yeah, I'll go over and open the door and kind of like peek around it as I open it and see if I could recognize who the person on the other side is.
I'm sorry, I was pulling up a page. Could you please read that again?
Yeah, all good. I'm gonna open the door carefully and slowly and kind of peek around the door as I'm doing so, just showing my head and the, I guess the top part of my body wrapped in a blanket, to see if I recognize who the person on the other side is.
They have like some spunky little shoes and a spunky little hat, and they do like a deep bow, and they go, "Lady Q, your presence has been requested in the dining room."
Uh, may I ask who?
Um, they kind of raise their head a little and then like actively put it back down. By Lady Elowin, Your Highness.
She's clearly a little confused. Hopefully, not concerningly so, but there's definitely a break before before Q continues talking and says, okay, thank you for letting me know. I'll head over in a minute. Do
Uh,
they stand there and wait for me, or do they head off on their own?
no, they stand there and wait and continue bowing.
Oh no. Q really doesn't like that. um, can I tell what race they are? Or what clothes they're wearing?
Yeah, so they're wearing like it seems to be very similarly nice fabric, although not as nice. And it is like it's like what you would see. Have you ever seen Steven Universe?
I haven't watched it myself, but I've seen lots of clips of it.
Okay, so you know how sometimes they'll have like shoes that have like a little ball on the tip of them, or like a hat that kind of like bumps out instead of like being flat to their head.
Yeah.
In general, it's just kind of like nice and very servant-like, but very noble servant-like.
Yeah.
Um,
Clearly, like, someone's trying to show off their servant.
yes, and it seems to be an elf.
Um, since I don't remember, were there elves in the city that I lived in?
Yeah,
Okay.
quite a few. Quite a few. They're quite common.
Okay, so that's not off-putting. Um, oh shit, I've just realized. Is the direction in which the, wait, which room? She said, did she say which room my presence was requested in?
The dining room.
Okay, it was the dining room. Okay, I'm not insane. Is it obvious which direction the dining room is in?
No, you look out and there is just straight hallway in both directions.
This is not gonna be good. Okay, I'm gonna say I'll be there in 1 second and then close the door. um shoot, what the fuck do I do? The clothes that I'm wearing, they're clearly pajamas, right?
Yes.
Okay, I need different clothes then. I guess would it be out of character for Q to be aware of the fact that it would not make sense for her to be wearing these clothes? I don't know how much nobility there were in the city.
There was nobility in the city, but it's kind of like separate from the church and state were quite separate.
Yeah.
The Pantheon, there was royalty. It was pretty much just for show. So this is the kind of shit that they would do constantly. Just dress up fancy and live nice, etc.
That makes sense. So Kira now has decided that she's probably gonna go along with this as best as she can, because she's not exactly one for openly admitting that she has no fucking clue what's going on right now. So we're gonna take the blanket off and put it on one of the couches somewhere. Fold it up as best as I can to what it was originally. Is there any clothing that, like, looks nice enough to be walking around in, but isn't, like, overly flamboyant or too hard to get into?
There is one black dress that, even though it is still quite regal, it does not have as huge of a petticoat. Um,
And it's black.
so yes,
Perfect. I want it.
and it is a long sleeve as well, so it goes all the way down your arms.
Even better.
Yes.
I want it. Okay. Does she know how to put it on?
Uh, yeah, you slip into it easy enough.
Okay, good.
You looking at all of the stuff that is like around it, you can pretty easily guess how to like put everything on correctly. Eventually.
Yeah, I was assuming
uh,
it's gonna take a minute, but
yes. So you get it.
yeah. She takes her time, probably looks in the mirror and is like, wow, I look really nice.
Yes. Seems to have quite a big collar to compensate for the lack of petticoat, but at the very least, it seems like it is not the largest, like it is the smallest of all of the stuff that you
Good.
have
Yeah, that's what I want.
available to you.
Because, like, her other outfit that she wears is. I'm. At least my idea of it is she doesn't like super clothing that would get in the way too much, and you know, a dress isn't exactly a good choice for that, but you know, as small as it can be in terms of that, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, got clothes. Do I need anything else? I don't have my anything with me, do I? That's concerning. Is there like a box or anything at the foot of the bed that might have stuff in it?
Uh, Not particularly. I mean, there's boxes, but there's just more
It's just nice
like
stuff, isn't it?
clothes and nice stuff.
Ah,
And you managed to find a little doll.
what's the doll of?
It's uh, it's a little Marth doll.
Okay, I'll take that.
Although it is light blue instead of white, like Mira is.
It's even if it's not the same, it's at least something that is reasonably good at grounding herself, so she's gonna take it with her. Um, okay. She is panicking a little bit because she doesn't know the direction of where the dining room is, and she doesn't want to appear as if she doesn't know where she is or who she is. So when she goes back to the door and opens it, I'm assuming the servant's still standing there, right?
Yes. Still bowing.
Ah, God, she feels bad about that. Uh, she says, "Okay, thank you for waiting. Would you mind showing me the way?"
Yes, of course, Your Highness. And she gets up and she starts walking towards the left of the hallway.
Okay, I'll follow like directly behind her and just kind of look around the hallway as we're walking.
Yeah, it's. Uh... Sorry, I'm arranging my art right now.
Yeah, you're good.
Yikes. Wow.
Everything
That
okay?
exists. Yeah, I just saw something. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Ah, yeah. Pinterest.
Yeah. Oh, I
Expected.
need to pin that though. Okay, good. Sorry. Just open a new Pinterest tab. You know how it is.
Yep.
Um, yes. So the hallways that you're going through are very, as equally like marble-esque and perfect. Um, and they do seem to be light, like they do light up quite easily, like it is some sort of daytime outside.
So there are windows?
Yes.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question.
Yes.
Outside, does it look like? Are the windows like big enough that I could see if there's like clouds outside or anything?
Yeah, when you look out the windows, it seems like so bright that you can barely see anything. Like, you know, when like shit's just so reflective
Yeah,
and bright out
it
that
just
like
looks like it's white.
Yes.
Okay. All right, fair enough. And there's just other random doors around, or are there any? Have there been any other doors or staircases that we've passed since walking down this hallway?
Here, you want some more? So you eventually make it down this very long corridor, and it opens up, and it's just absolutely humongous around. And there seems to be a very large throne sitting at the top, but you guys turn off before you
Okay,
get
thank
to
God.
go down that way. I just thought the art was cool.
I would like to imagine that Q is definitely mildly. What's the term for having a fear of open spaces?
The opposite of claustrophobic. I
Yeah,
don't know what that is.
there's a word for it. I'm looking it up. Give me a second.
Where's the art I found earlier? Damn it! My Pinterest refreshed on me. I lost it.
Agoraphobia is the phobia of public places, open spaces, and crowds. That's not exactly right. Oh well.
Corpse husband.
I would like to imagine that Q is not really doesn't like really large rooms like that and gets mildly anxious in a space like that, so she's kind of glad that we're moving off to some other location. Is there anyone sitting on the throne?
No, there's no one sitting on the throne right now.
Okay. Alright, where am I led after that then?
You were led into the dining room. And you are the first one there, and there is food on the table. Looks like breakfast food.
I really don't like how big and open that
There
room
are there are it is a very long table, way longer than the table in that image.
Yeah.
But there is pretty much the equal amount of chairs. There's just a lot of space between them all.
I really, she does not like
But
how much space there is. That's really
it's quite bright. Everything is again still quite white. Although the pillars in this section tend to get a. Oh my god! Sorry, I just looked at the people's like carved at the top of that picture. Ignore those.
Oh yeah.
Do you see what I'm talking about? What the fuck? Okay, interesting. But the like some of the pillars tend to get slightly rainbow-esque, like kind of like opal. So it puts a little bit of color in the room.
I think she's probably a little dazed from how bright everything is, putting a little bit of a damper on her senses. But am I given a particular seat?
Once making it in the dining room, the servant bows deeply again and just lets you walk in.
Okay.
All of the no problem, your lady. My lady. I don't know how to address people, so that's just my fault. But yes, there are lots of there are in particular 5 spots still made. And there is 4 of them have like really lavish meals, and one of them has just like toast and some fruit.
Is there any one of them that's like at the head of the table, or are they all just set on the sides?
So one of them. So the 4 are at one end, and then at the other end of the table is the toast and fruit. They're not like totally spaced apart, but there's like one at the head of the table, and then that leaves 3 left. So then there's 2 on one side, 1 on the other, and then there are a couple empty spaces, and then yours. Oh shit. And then the one at the bottom of the table. Ignore that. Love him! Got him! Rip!
I'm
For
trying
some
to.
reason, I always fucking do it with your shit too. Ugh, so irritating.
All
So
good.
bad. Anyways,
I'm trying.
and then there's the toast and jam and fruit at the other end of the table.
This is problematic. Because even though you may have accidentally given it away, I still don't know where I was supposed to sit. Um, is she gonna just ask?
I will say, you never in your life have seen food like the food
Yeah,
that is
so that's
scattered
what I
on
was
all of the other plates.
assuming. That's what I was assuming was it's like, the food that you eat in a monastery, you're not exactly there for lavish living or anything. So, like, toast is probably her normal type of food. What I was gonna say is she's been told that she was called to meet someone here, right?
Yes.
Um, so I'm guessing that her initial assumption is, someone calling me. I don't know how important I am, but clearly they are more important. And if I'm being called to something, I can't imagine that there would also be somebody else, like, below me. I can't really imagine the thought of someone below me being, like, around. Um, it's also the only one that's different. So, would it be metagaming if I said that she goes and sits at the
No,
one with the
you are good.
with the toast?
Yes. So
She very carefully like pulls the chair back because she's like, I don't know what's up with all this weird furniture. I feel like I'm gonna break something.
So you go and sit down and you wait a little bit. Nobody immediately comes out or anything. Like, it's not like they were waiting for you to show up and make a choice before they immediately showed up.
Okay,
Like, you
good.
have to wait. You have to wait a little bit.
That's good.
And then a woman comes in. And she has this long flowing black hair. She's wearing again these like very regal beautiful silk dress and she's got okay, so these are some of the vibes, but it's not exactly the way she
Right,
looks.
right.
But she has like a very lavish crown on top of her head that goes up quite far. Um, like it's a very tall crown. It seems like it would fall apart if it were like in real life. It would probably
Right.
fall apart or something.
But
But for
it's
some
somehow
reason, it's
staying
very
together.
yeah
Okay.
yes.
Um,
Um,
when she
and
sees
she
this person appear, Q's definitely going to like stand up in her chair so she's not sitting. Because I'm assuming that's something she could pick up on. Like, oh, this person's probably more important than me. I probably shouldn't be sitting when they show up.
so she does also have these two really large sets of wings
Ooh, I like it.
on her back. And she walks in and she says, Q, it is quite all right. You do not have to stand for me.
Oh, okay, thank you. She goes back to sitting.
When the others arrive, we can start our meeting.
Of
Uh,
course.
and she kind of takes her seat and she just like closes her eyes and has like a nice like calming smile on her face as she just kind of sits and waits.
Which place
And
did she sit at?
she sat so the two on one side and the one on the other, she sat on the one side.
Okay.
So not at the head of the table.
Right.
But she sat, um, and she waits, and you both wait.
Other question.
Yes.
Would I have known any people with wings previously?
You've heard of them before? You've heard of Eric Cocker before. Not like people with wings, so this is
Yeah,
kind of new for you.
yeah, I think she's probably quite interested in the wings because, like, Q also has wings, but they don't look that nice. I'm imagining, at least, is what she's thinking about that. So she's probably, I think, at some point is gonna realize, oh, it probably looks like I'm staring. I shouldn't do that. And then go back to probably just anxiously sitting at the table, looking around anxiously, and then like staring at the food once that stops working.
As you two wait, you slowly start to notice like the lady's like brow like start to like twitch, like she's irritated.
Irritated by me staring.
uh, no, something else.
Oh, okay, good. As long as it's something that I'm doing. I don't know.
And
Is there any indication that it's something that I'm doing that I can pick up on?
no,
Okay.
you are not doing anything out of the ordinary. She does not seem irritated by you, and sure enough, after a second, she does go, well, we might as well start our meal, despite everybody else being late.
Okay, are you sure?
Yes. And she opens her eyes and she begins to eat some of the, like, it's like multicolored. Like, in one version of the light, it appears very golden and shiny, and one, it appears very, like, black. It's kind of weird. Like, it's
That's
not
concerning.
real. Yeah.
Mm. I'm
You have
spending.
never in your life seen
Yeah,
anything like
that's
this before,
fucking
but it feels
wacky.
very. It seems very magical. You're not quite
Yeah.
sure what is going on there, but
Is
definitely not normal.
any of my food do acting similarly to that?
No, it is just plain fruit and toast.
Okay. She's going to carefully take one of the pieces of toast and eat it very slowly. How
Yes.
hungry am I? Does it feel like I ate recently?
Uh, yeah, kinda. But
Does it feel
this is so delicious, so
for
delicious.
toast? I mean, I guess she's not exactly the most like, oh, I know what good food is type person. So, um, but does it feel like I don't think that she ate food once she got back from Snow Place? So does it feel
You
like it's been that long, or
you
is
feel
it like,
hungry, but you're not starving.
okay, I guess that's not out of the ordinary then. Okay. She definitely like eats the toast, realizes, wow, that's very fucking good, and then stops being able to force herself to eat it slowly, and then consumes the entire thing in a slightly speedy amount of time. Not like disrespectfully fast, but
Um, as you start to like wrap up your plate, some servants come in and take it, and then they'll bring out like a second course. So it's slightly different. Seems to be like eggs.
ooh, I will give them a slight nod of thanks, but not say it out loud.
Uh, and then finally, you hear some like squabbling down the hallway, and they slowly make their way closer and closer. And the woman goes, two more of our guests have joined us in between bites.
Is
And
she saying that in a way that looks like I would have known this? Or like been acquainted with these people? Or is she saying this as if I have never met these people before?
um, I mean, she's saying it with familiarity to herself.
Yeah, I guess I can't really pick out anything else.
Um, but yes, and you hear, well, I told you it was a great idea, and look what happens when you don't even listen to me. Well, I and you hear clapping back with kind of like a more
Well, I don't know why we even had to do that in the first place. Like, if we hadn't have done your thing first, then we would have never had to do the second part, and then none of this would be an issue. No wonder I didn't listen to you a second time when your first idea put us in this whole big pile of. And the lady with the two sets of wings just goes, "Good morning," and in walks this wasp.
Oh, that's fucking cool looking.
And this mantis.
I like them.
They're both a little more humanoid than their
Yeah.
pictures, and the wasp does not have the daggers with her,
Right.
the swords with her. But these are pretty accurate to what
That's
they are.
very cool. Okay, she's definitely intrigued by this.
When all of them came in, including the first lady, a whole like posse of servants came, and the like hall where the hallways enter is now starting to be lined with these servants that are
Okay.
following them all in.
Yeah, Hugh's at like the table at the end of the chair at the end of the table, right? That's like back is to the entry door.
So you come in like at the side. Okay, so looking at the picture that I posted for reference, imagine if in between one of those pillars is.
Oh, that's where the door is. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. So yeah. Okay.
She won't. She's just staring right now. She's not gonna say anything. Probably wait to be addressed.
But the littler one, the mantis is quite small compared to the wasp, and both of them are slightly small. The wasp is also slightly smaller than the lady with the two sets of wings.
Right.
They resemble crane wings, so I'll just call her a crane. The crane lady. And the mantis goes, "Good morning, Miss Elowen," and she's gonna take her seat. And then
I'm assuming these two are the ones on the.
Yes, they are sitting. They are sitting together.
Okay.
and the wasp is going, "Good morning." I don't know what voice I did for her. Oh, good morning. Thanks.
You're all good.
Elowen goes, "Good morning, Gideon. Good morning, Ruxna. Now, please behave yourselves. We are having a formal meeting today." Fine. Okay. And there is still a spot at the head of the table that is not
Yeah.
fulfilled.
I was assuming that there's. She's thinking right now there's probably a big important person that hasn't showed up yet. Wait. Do I remember the name of the person that the servant gave me for who I've been called by?
Yes, you were called by. Well, you were called by Elowen, who
is the crane.
Gidia just addressed as the lady with the crane.
Yes.
Yes.
So I have no clue who the other person could be.
You've no clue. But after a moment, the other two start digging in. Elwyn goes, "I know we are still missing someone, but I think he might be busy with the baby right now. So we will have to begin our meeting without him."
Have either of the other two looked at me yet?
Not really.
Like acknowledged my presence or just.
I mean, they're kind of in their own worlds right now, so okay. No, but also you don't feel like they're very formal, yeah. Also. So they're not like straight up ignoring you.
That's just not really something they felt like they needed to do.
Right. The only reason Gidia addressed Elowen in the first place is because Elowen interrupted them.
Right.
So. But yes.
Okay. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that you would say. Sorry, I'm making you talk to yourself, but.
You're fine. Believe it or not, this is exactly what I thought would happen. So do not worry.
No way you could have predicted that I would do this. I don't believe it.
I mean, I put you in a situation where you're A, by yourself in a call with me, B, you have no fucking idea what's going on right now. But, yes, hold on. I forgot to prepare something. Classic.
All good.
Classic Haley move.
Happens. You mean any DM move?
This is why I always have a tab up of world name generator or like fantasy name generator. Yeah.
The trick that I got was literally I just have a Google document with a bunch of random names if I ever need it. If someone ever asks me the name of an NPC.
Oh my god. So because I have so many doors, I have to do one for every single door you guys go through. And every single, so I just have like so many tabs up that are like, this is for this race, and this is for this race, and here's a couple for this one. And it just, you know, it works well, but holy shit. Okay, let me write this down. Okay. Now, we're having this meeting today to discuss Stezeros. Would either of you like to start? And she gestures to Gideon and Rex now.
Thank God it wasn't directed at me. This is not a name I recognize, right?
No.
Okay.
So Gideon has her mouth full right now, and she just kind of like is chewing and then looks at Ruxna, and Ruxna just looks up and looks down to her plate. That's what I thought. Kyuu, do you have anything to say first?
She's clearly confused about being addressed, and says, I don't think so, no.
Okay, I'm sure you were waiting for a response. Since Gideon and Ruxna would like to hold their tongue for now, I will start. As you all know, Stezeros is the most recent world that we created. And to my knowledge, I thought that we were all a part of its creation. Unfortunately, Gideon and Ruxna decided that their little ploy would be to pretend to include you, Q. But ultimately, it was just... And Elwyn puts a hand to her brow. Gideon turning a pig into a lookalike. And Gideon and Ruxna kind of like snorts and then like quickly covers her mouth.
Right. Okay.
And Gideon laughs and like kind of spits out food as she's laughing because she's in the middle of chewing.
Yeah. Oh my fuck. Is a pig an animal that Q knows about?
Yes.
Okay.
Elwyn is not amused right now.
I figured. Oh god. Q definitely looks surprised by hearing that said. But quickly tries to cover it up as if, like, you know, not trying to draw attention, like, because I'm assuming that's something that I'm supposed to have known about. And then she'll say, very, like, timidly, could you, remind me how recently this was? I apologize.
It's okay, Q. I know you've been feeling a little under the weather recently, which was why we were holding off on creating Stezeros anyways, and she's like glaring at the other two, who are starting to like contain themselves, slightly in fear, but mostly just because they feel the need to.
Yeah.
This happened last week, and I just I've been very busy with Hina recently, so I haven't been able to actually get to the bottom of Ruxna and Gidea's trick.
Is Hina the name of one of the worlds we've gone to already?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't help that everybody else is off doing God knows what on their own worlds. But anyways. Gidea and Ruxna, do you have anything else to say for yourselves other than you just were bored? And Gidea kind of like swallows.
Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of haven't had a new world for a while, and the last one we had, see, it's getting harder and harder to like trick them into a war. I don't know what it is. I think they're like getting smarter or something. So I just wanted a new world where me and Ruxna could play our games on. And Ruxna kind of like shakes her head, like nodding very like a little bit, and then like puts it back down and like stares back at her plate and takes a bite, like a slow bite. And Elowin just glares. I understand that you like your games, Gidea, but I don't think you quite understand what that means. Because Q was not involved in the creation, no one on that world will ever die. Do you know what that's going to do to all of the people that live there?
Oh, what? She's immediately seeing the connection here.
Gidea just kind of like shakes her head. Ruxna goes, doesn't that just mean we don't have to make any more creatures after we make the first ones? I mean, we already made the first ones, but doesn't that mean they just like no death is good, right? And Elowin just goes, what happens to a pig when a pig has no head? What happens to a pig that has no head if it's created on a world that does not have Q involved? And Gidea and Ruxna just kind of like start to like sink below the table at this point in time.
And trying to not make herself noticeable right now. Like, she thinks that she's got a very vague idea of what the hell is going on, but not really. And she just doesn't want to be asked any questions.
At this, Elowin is still staring at the two as they're kind of understanding. And she just goes, look, I know neither of you meant to do it, but you really have to be responsible for this stuff. We can't be messing up like this. This is a very dangerous game you are playing, Gidea. And Gidea sinks even lower. Ruxna is completely under the table, by the way. At this point, another person comes into the room, and it seems to be the final guest. This man comes in. He is pure white, so he's not, and he has some like very he's hot, and he has some very like regal, again some regal silks on, with most of his chest bare, and he has normally butterfly wings have like 2 sets to them. Yeah. His have 4.
Ooh, okay, gotcha.
So he has 2 top parts and 2 bottom parts, but they're all attached to the same wing set. Yeah. So he comes in and he goes, Elowin, dear, you can't scold them too much for something that they can't control. You know how Gidea is. And he walks up to the table and he kind of like gives a nice little kiss on the cheek to a seething Elowin. Kind of wraps his like gives her a side hug.
That's what I was figuring. I was hoping I wouldn't have to bet on that. Okay, good.
And then he takes a seat. And Elowen, yes, he takes a seat at the head of the table. And Elowen kind of chills out. She takes a big sigh. Good morning, dear. All right. I know I got a little heated. I think we can continue this conversation later. But for now, Gideon and Ruxna, I'm placing. God, I already forgot the name. I'm placing Stezeros under your guys' care, and it's very important that you guys try to minimize all of the very, very dangerous things that could go on there. Ruxna, please. And Ruxna slowly comes out from under the table and sits back in her chair and continues to eat. And everyone just kind of enjoys their meal. And you feel a tug on your dress.
Okay. Right now, Q is like sitting, like straight up with her eyes just very wide. Like something is very wrong, and I don't like it. Sort of posture. Feels the tug. Looks down. What is it? What is pulling on my dress?
There's a very small child who seems to just now be like crawling. And they're quite like iridescent. So they're like shades and hues of pinks and yellows and like vibrant turquoises and all of that. And they're just constantly reflecting in the light. And there is a set of butterfly wings on their back, and they seem to have some little silk-like clothing on them as well. And they're tugging at the bottom of your dress that hits the floor. And the child looks up, and everyone else is kind of like smiling down at you at the table, like across the table. And the child is just kind of like bubbling different like noises and sounds and whatnot. She's quite young, still not talking, very obviously.
Yeah. Okay. I'll like reach one hand over to give it like I don't know how to describe exactly what I'm doing. Just acknowledging its presence, so it hopefully is not going to be bothering my clothing anymore, and I don't know, give it a hand to see if it wants to mess with it or something. She's not too happy about being looked at by everybody right now.
You stretch a hand down, and the child kind of grabs onto it and uses it to like pull themselves up, to stand. And they're still kind of like making noises. Her hair is quite long, eyelash is quite long, and she seems to have two antennae that are just starting to grow out of the top of her forehead. And she just goes, she's like making a bunch of noises, and then at the end of one of those noises, she just goes, Nim. And Aethon and Elowen at the end of the table just kind of erupt in joy. They just go, what did she just say? Say it again, say it again. And the child gets all giggly and does not say it again. But they're just like, yes. They're very, very pleased and cooing over the baby.
Did it say Nim?
Nim.
Okay. Gotcha. Wait. Okay. She's not really sure what to think about this.
What's Q's expression right now?
Okay, first question. The word that it said is Nim as in N-I-M?
Yes.
I don't like that. She probably just looks like, oh, what's a good example expression? Give me a second. Hold on, I swear to God I have an image for this. I have to have one for this. She's clearly, like, sitting, not, like, straight up like she was before, but, like, not relaxed at all. And she's got a very strained, neutral expression on her face. Shit. Come on, I swear to God I have one for this. Sorry, give me 1 second. Can't find the
You're
fucking
good.
image I'm looking for. Alright, I can't find the image that I'm looking for. This is close enough. This is her expression right now. But with more wide eyes than that. She's very clearly off-put by what is happening right now.
Things are weird. Like, very weird.
Yeah.
You spot a silver dish on the table. And back at you reflects something like this.
I fucking knew it, dude. I fucking knew it. God damn it. Oh, Lord.
And you hear, Nimera? Are you feeling okay?
I fucking knew it, dude. Haven't they already addressed me as Q?
Yeah.
Are my eyes still yellow?
So it's kind of difficult because the facial feature is more like hold on, I accidentally closed my tab that I wanted.
Okay, Control-Shift-T.
Too late, I already got there. So the facial features are more so like this, but this is too young.
But
and
definitely
no,
not mine.
definitely not yours. And no, your eyes are still the eyes are not your color.
And I definitely recognize this. Oh,
Yes.
that's really bad. She's gonna, like, visibly jump back from whatever reflective surface she was looking at. Probably shake the chair that she's sitting in a little bit. Breathing relatively heavily and just go, no, sorry, I'm not feeling very well. I apologize.
When you say this, so Elowen and Avon had come out of their chairs and kind of picked Hina up off the floor. And she starts crying in her mother's arms. And you wake up in the shrine with a jolt.
Oh,
and
fuck that, dude.
Mira has snuggled up next to you and kind of within the like the what the fuck is it called? I don't want to say felt. What the fuck is it called? The fabric of your clothing on the side that Hina had tucked.
Okay. I see.
And that is all.
That's really fucked. I don't like that at all. Jesus Christ.
You're welcome.
That's good. Dude, the second that you said death isn't involved, I'm like,
I know.
not
The slow.
acceptable.
I love slow realizations, bro. Love that shit. Anyways,
yeah.
did you
Wait,
like
that's
it?
what I was fucking. That's what I was thinking of. Hold on.
Are you okay? What are you thinking of?
This fucking image. This is what her expression was.
Oh shit. Ah, yes, the best. That is my favorite. That is what I aspire every single session of mine to be.
That's literally what her expression was like sitting at that table. Like, the child says that, and she's like,
Oh, it's good. Anyways, that is the little session I had for you.
That was
I
fantastic.
hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was not too bad.
That was fucking awesome. I appreciate that.
So you would have been having this dream when you fell asleep at the
sleeping,
end
yeah.
of last session.